So hey guys, welcome to the new video. Today in this video we are going to see that how can you use Flask's RESTful APIs. Okay, so for that you will be needing some particular piece of code to work with. So you can just go in my GitHub repository like I will show you. This is my GitHub username Pratham10 and this is the particular repository. This is a public repository. You can just simply go and download this one and go in this particular folder, and then what you have to do is you can just simply download this whole repository. Okay, just come here and then click on code button and then just download zip button. This will just download your zip file. Save this one. Now just go in your file explorer. This was the one which I have just downloaded. I will just extract this one here only. Go inside this. The folder you will be needing is this one. This particular RESTful APIs. So you can delete this file. This is a PPT actually. Now what you have to do is just click here and type CMD out here. Now just simply open your VS Code with this. So here we are in our piece of code which we will be needing in this particular video. So what you have to do is there is a prerequisite for this, that is a Flask library. Obviously you can say framework pip install Flask. You need to hit this command before downloading this project. Okay, so since I have already installed this, so it is showing requirement already satisfied. Now what you have to do is just delete this terminal and then make sure that you have got these files. Now we will run our app.py. I will show you that how all this is going. So you will get this link. Open this one. You can see that there are some items named as item 1, item 2 with some item ID and then their price. So there are some basic RESTful APIs in like every framework. One of them are get method and second are post method and then put and delete method. So I will show you all of these in this particular video. So let me explain my code line by line. Now what you have to do is, firstly we have imported all the required functions or modules, you can say, from this particular framework, and then we have created our app instance. There is a demo dataset. You can see that this is the item 1 with the price and this is the item 2 with the price $15. So whenever someone will hit this route, he will be redirected to index.html. This is the particular file, index.html. So whenever someone will call this route, that is /API/items with get method, what this will do is this will execute this particular get item function, which will just simply get all the items from this particular data set. You can also see that here. This is using actually get request now. So this is just a basic method, like the thing or the data that you are getting on your web page from server is being shown up with the help of get method. Okay, now what you have to do is you have to go with the post method. That is the data which you are sending to the server is sent via post method. In post method, what you generally does is you will create a post request which will do. Okay, firstly let's go in our VS Code in our index.html to see that what actually is happening out there. You can see that there is a script tag. We can actually minimize this, and you can see that there is a script tag and there are some basic sections like this was the one for get method, this is the one for post method, this is the one for put method, and this is the one for delete method. Okay, so now let's see what this is actually doing. Let's open our script tag. This is the fetch items function, which is triggered by default to fetch the item from your, you can say, app.py file, or you can say server. So this is the add item function. You can see that whenever someone will hit this button, that is this add item button. Let me show you with this one. Name will be, item name will be like clock. Price will be $2. Add this one. So whenever someone will hit this button, you can see that this is being added. Firstly, what this will do is this will collect all the data in a single packet and push this to the server. Now let's see what is actually happening. Here in this add item function, we have passed the name and price with post method, and then this is actually a JSON string. So whenever someone will hit this button, this will create a post request to our app.py, and our app.py will add the new data to our, you can say, this particular string, this particular data set. And then what is going to happen is that our data will get updated, and then at the end fetch items function is called, this particular function, similar with the update item method, similar with the update item function. So whenever someone will hit this button, that is update item here, whenever someone will like update any item with this particular item ID, like I want to update item 1, I will just type the item ID here, and then new price will be like $56. Now you can see that whenever I will hit this button, you can see that new price is updated here for the item 1. So this is happening because I am using a put method here. Put method is generally used to, you can say, update the data in particular data set. You can also see that we have uh, we have to firstly give the item ID and then updated price. All this will be done via put method, and this will just simply convert into a JSON string. And then again fetch items button is fetch items function is called, which will reflect the changes here. Fetch items function is generally used uh, in this page for, you can say, like fetching the item list. Therefore it is at the end of every method, like whenever you delete something, whenever you will update something, and whenever you will add something, this fetch item function is being called. So this will update this particular data set. If you don't call this function, you can see that I have just commented out it from post method. So whenever I will like add something, clothes, and then price will be $29, add item, you can see that there are no changes because I have not called the function. Whenever I will call this function now you will see the changes here. You can see that this particular fetch item function is actually fetching the real-time data. So this is being called after each updation. You can also try with this particular line of code. Just save this, and then what you have to do is update the item 4 with the new price of $8. You can see that this is being updated because I think I have not saved this one. Save and then reload here. Okay, now I will do this fourth item with new price of $6. You can see that there is no changes because we have not fetched this particular items. If we'll if we will just uncomment it, now you will see the changes here. I'm just reloading this one. You can see that it is being updated. That simply means that you will need to call this particular function whenever you need to update your data. Actually, the data is being updated in the backend, but if you want to show it on the front end, you need to call this function at each updation. So let's move to our delete method. You can see that we are deleting this particular item by item ID, and here method is delete, here method was put, and here method was post, and here method was get. You cannot see that. Okay, let's move in our app.py. Whenever I have to delete something, I will hit this particular route, that is /API/items and then item ID. This their method will be delete method, and what we will do is we will execute this particular function which will take the global data, and then what this will do is this will just simply delete this particular item with the respective item ID. Okay, let's try doing this one. I want to delete like clothes, which is on item number 4. You can see that this is being deleted. I have to also delete this one, item 1. You can see that. We can also do this with item 2 also. Now you can see that we have only one item left, that is clock 1. You can also try this particular thing here, that is not calling this particular function, that is delete fetch items function. Just comment it out and then try running this one. Now I want to delete the item with the ID 3. Here you can, oh, okay, just a second guys. Firstly, I will add some items because I have not reloaded that time. First item will be clothes and the price will be $15. Clothes, particularly sari. The price is $15 and I will add a clock worth $10. Now, what I want to do is I want to delete this particular item. I will just type in the ID and then delete item button. You can see that there is no updation because I have not called this particular function. Whenever I will just uncomment it out and then save this one and then reload my page, you can see that my item is being deleted. This was actually deleted before, but you can see that data was not updated on the front end. Okay, now let me show you something else. So this is our index.html and this was our app.py. Here you have seen different methods like get method. The second one was post method, and the third one was put method, and the fourth one was delete method. There were some codes like this. This is the basically 200 code, which means that request that you have uh, done to the server is successfully created. You can see that. Just open your terminal. Here you can see all the requests which I have created just now. This was our first request, that is get method, and then what I have done this, I have created a post method and then a put method. You can see all the things here. So yeah guys, that's all for this video. Now let's see you next time. And also if you want the code for all this, just go here in the GitHub. Just a second. and you can just download this zip file, or you can simply hook this in your particular account, or just clone this repository. So that's all for this video. Now let's see you next time.